Hello everybody, my name is Walter and this is episode 36 of my Redstone Commands Series. In this episode I want to quickly cover how you can use commands to change the game mode and difficulty level. Now there are three commands that are relevant here. We have in-game mode, which is used to change the game mode of a player that's currently in the game. Then we have default game mode, which is used to set the default game mode for new players on the multiplayer server. So the game mode they will be in when they arrive the first time. And then finally difficulty, which is used to change the difficulty of the game, so from peaceful up to hard. One important limitation here is those don't work when you are in hardcore mode, since then game mode and difficulty level are fixed in other ways. One thing that works though, and can be quite useful if you know about this, is that the difficulty command even works if the difficulty of the game is fixed or locked. So as you should know, you can not only set the difficulty level of the world, you can also lock it. And if you were to lock it, then you wouldn't be able to change it after the fact, except with the difficulty command, which can be quite useful to know about. Now, there are obviously other ways to change the game mode and difficulty for yourself, namely the menu or some F3 combinations. But if you want to do this for a data pack or for another player, then you will have to know about these commands. And with all of that out of the way, let's actually get to the syntax for the commands. So as you can see, they are very simple, very straightforward. Let's start with the game mode. So we start with the name of the command, and then you define what game mode you want to use or set. So adventure, creative, spectator, or survival mode. And then finally you need to specify the target or targets. Those must be players. So you can use player names here, you can use target selectors. If you don't specify a target, then it applies to yourself or whoever is executing the command at this point. The default game mode works pretty similar. The only difference is that you don't need to specify a target, since it's the default game mode. And difficulty works again very similar. We start with difficulty and then you define again the difficulty. So peaceful, easy, normal, or hard. If you leave out the difficulty, it will instead give you in return the current difficulty level of the game. So if I were to do this, you can see now I'm currently in difficulty easy. This might be something you could use as part of a data pack if you want to have certain things happening in certain difficulty levels. Now, what do I usually use those commands for? Well, sometimes I have a contraption I want to test. And when I test it, I need to be in survival mode, but I don't want to build it in survival mode. So I usually just set down two command blocks, one for creative for the nearest player and one for survival mode for the nearest player. And then when I need to test this, I test it, and then I can go back to building. So just a little thing I can do. You could do it with, for example, the F3 combination here, but this way I am usually a bit faster, in my opinion. But it's up to you how you want to use this. Can be also interesting if you want to play or build a mini game and the player needs to be in a specific mode for this game to work properly. And with that, we have reached the end of this little episode about using commands to change the game mode and the difficulty level. I hope you enjoyed it and, well, see you.